3, 2, 1.
Go!
Go! I don't know what we're doing. It's fine.
I don't like your attitude.
I like how Joey does the countdown. It's like a Euro step now. He does like one quick one, and then one really long one. And then you're supposed to know exactly.
And then a gather, and then a one.
Yeah.
Well, Scott Foster's editing this one. So.
Right. Joey just fell over. That's all I know.
Now the question is, does the NBA bring back the extender Scott Foster, but now he does it in our favor?
Oh no, I don't need him. We're winning Game 6 at home. That's fine.
I like it.
No question about that. Whether we won or lost today, it was going to Game 6, and we're going home. And yeah, we got this. I'm not worried.
All right, good show, guys.
Yeah, so just prepare to.
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Yeah, so just prepare to.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That train is off the track.
I feel like you can't just like jump through Neptune and be okay.
Just prepare to.
What the show needs is more dogs and bears and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You were listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. Today is June 16th, 2025, and this is episode 775. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials. This show, we're going to discuss Game 5 of the NBA Finals. We just finished up a few minutes ago. Joining me this show are all three of our analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from the high school home of Jamison Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland, it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up, Undebeatables? Belated shout out to fathers out there. Hope everybody had a good Father's Day and called your dad and listened to him complain about how the barbecue isn't working or whatever it is. How these dang AI chatbots keep ruining everything.
These newfangled chatbots.
These weren't like the chatbots in my day.
From Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender, mixing up the drinks in the crappy jingles. It's John, the avocado lawn chair, Colson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undebeatables? Yeah, shout out to fathers, including a couple of you guys. And shout out to Pops Colson.
Shout out.
And well-rested in Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas? Shouting out you guys. I assume that you're about to make me hate basketball less than I do right now.
That's what we do.
Attaboy.
Well, before we get into making you feel better, I do want to remind listeners.
Let's make you feel worse.
No, I mean...
Money makes me feel better.
Okay.
If you like what we do and you are in a position to support us, you can.
And if you want to make Harper feel better,
that will do it too.
Really, he will be sad until you give him money.
Yeah, you can do the hard work of listening to him, having conversations with him,
sure,
or you can just
understanding him.
That's fine too.
I go the easy route.
If you want to see a smile on his face, head over to patreon.com/undebeatables. And you can support us for as little as $1 per month.
You can really hear my smile through the radio.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Pay the man.
It's a contract year for him, I'm just saying.
Front row.
All right, team. Well, as we had been avoiding talking about basketball, probably because we just finished watching Game 5. Pacers took on the Oklahoma City Thunder at OKC and tipped off today, Monday, June 16th, and OKC wins 120-109. This game was weird, and I'm interested to hear you all talk about this. But Halliburton super struggled today. He was. I mean, whether it was his ankle or whatever, he
Calf.
didn't show up on the stat sheet today, and had a really rough one. Siakam was pretty great for most of the game. Ends up at 28 points, and TJ McConnell kind of took over the game for a little bit. TJ Maxx took over the game for a bit. Tony Bradley getting some burn, which was and he did some things. But really, on the OKC side, Jalen Williams was the standout. This is his playoff high in his 3 years, 40 points from him, and he was finishing from about everywhere. And SGA slouching with 31 points. And Aaron Wiggins off the bench was the one that got to me. He was 4 of 7 from 3. And I didn't see that one coming.
What was Dort? I feel like he hit all of his shots as well.
Dort was 3 of 6 from 3. That's it. 9 points.
Felt like a lot.
It did.
The 8 boards and 3 assists and 2 steals made him feel like he was all up in the game.
Yeah.
Case and Wallace also threw in a 3 for 4 shooting from 3-point range.
Right.
Yep. Oh.
And that's the thing, that their 3-point game, has not been there every game, and today, it was in spades, and that was something that we were just unable to overcome. And late down the stretch, we were just turning the ball over like 4 possessions in a row. I think it was not. It prevented the capability for a comeback.
A lot of things prevented that. I mean, I think the turnovers, but also we had to sell out on defense, and we left guys wide open. And every time they needed to hit a big 3, they did. Every time they needed a big steal, they had it. Every time they needed an O board, they got it. They beat us. This isn't a ref situation or whatever. Like, and yes, our best player didn't have a field goal. I get that, but like, they were amazing. They're a really good team, and they showed it in this game. We got it down to 2 in the fourth quarter, and I thought, here we go. This is the magic, and they punched it back up to 14 within 2 or 3 minutes.
Just so many mistakes,
that
had been uncharacteristic for our team, particularly in this playoff run. Coulson, what's been the difference these last 2 games where we've fallen apart in the late game?
Oh, I mean, on some level we've been the closers. Like, we wear the other team down. We make the best player use a bunch of energy. We're the best conditioned team, and a lot of these magical wins have come from just having more energy at the end. And they're as deep as we are. They're younger than we are somehow, even though we're really young. And that same plan is not working as well. I think part of it. And I think particularly tonight, we swung punches. I thought Siakam was brilliant. I thought Obi Toppin went and just decided he was going to win this series by himself. Same with TJ McConnell. Like, I thought there were just guys that said, I'm putting you on my back and I'm doing this. And it wasn't enough because, 1 through 8, the Thunder had answers.
Yeah, Dagnall made good adjustments after game 3. noticeably, he made sure that SGA was not carrying the ball up the floor for 45 minutes a game or whatever he played, to try and help take some of that pressure off him. In game 5, they had Jalen Williams bringing the ball up a lot, Caruso, and really tried to spread it out a little bit, going a little bit deeper and limiting his minutes, kind of letting Jalen Williams carry the game and then let SGA take over in crunch time. They've done a good job with their gamesmanship, earning some extra timeouts, laying around on the floor for long periods of time. But I mean, it's their defense. Their defense is incredibly good. In order for us to beat this team, we need 10 guys playing at their best. And we have not had that in the last 2 games.
Yeah. No, not at all. I mean, and their defense is so good at all the levels. Like, they extend their pressure out to half court, basically, in half court sets. And then they scramble and collapse anytime we get into the lane. And then if you get all the way to the rim, good luck.
There's 5 guys.
There's somehow 5 guys blocking your shot.
And somehow they never, foul. It's amazing. I'm screaming at the TV, and then they show the replay, and I'm like, oh,
that's pretty good.
I was doing the same thing.
I'm really good defense.
I'm cleaning up, and I'm asking the guys, I was like, was that a foul? And they're like, actually, no, that was pretty clean. And I'm like, jeez. It should have been a foul. There's 5 guys on 1 guy.
Yeah, exactly. God. You would think. I mean, yeah. I think I talked about it coming into this series. I was very worried about this Jalen Williams fella. I had heard good things about him. But now, in all seriousness, he's a difficult matchup. He's big. He can handle the ball. Aaron Nesmith, for the, yeoman's work that he did in not shutting down, but limiting Jalen Brunson and making him work, this is just not the matchup for him. I'm surprised we haven't put Siakam on him for more minutes, but maybe it's, you're just trying to save Siakam so that he can score buckets as well. I mean,
yeah, he's
not
so
that Siakam
physical.
has been playing good defense too. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the storyline that we're all going to have to listen to for the next 2 days is Tyrese Halliburton, 0 field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Of course, he went down with a lower leg injury, strained calf. When was that? 2nd quarter, I think.
Yeah.
Early 2nd quarter.
Ended the first half without points for the first time in his playoff career.
Yeah. Didn't look right. So
didn't look at the basket ever.
No, not in the second half.
But also
he
wasn't
did get into the paint a couple
his
times.
Yeah, but he was not getting to his spots. He was getting, he was getting trapped on the sidelines and places where you don't normally see him getting caught. He had that late turnover where Dort just, trapped him in the corner and stole the ball. Ty goes up, but clearly couldn't elevate the way that he needed to get the ball into the post to Siakam. I mean, it was a terrible play no matter what. But, maybe there's something there if he's right. He was definitely not himself. He was not his
and the thing
A-plus
I kept
self.
yelling at the TV was, you can't make that pass. We know
Yes,
better.
100%.
You've got to have, every pass has to be with an intent, has to be crisp. And I know that we're an incredibly gifted and creative passing team. And a lot of times we flip up weird shit and it works, but not against this team.
Yeah.
And if you do anything sort of half-ass or last second, they've already got it. And they're running the other way. And every time I thought we were gaining the momentum, we would just give it to them on a, not lazy, because we don't really do lazy passes, but not intentional passes. And
we know that they're
they just took
blitzing
them.
the hell out of those passing lanes.
Yeah.
We've never made them pay for that, right? When they get out of position and gamble like that, we have not done a good job of breaking to the basket,
right,
and getting 2 feet in the paint and kicking it out, right? And they've had a ton of success picking us off.
Yeah, and I think that the one time that sort of so we got it to 95-93, then on a Siakam 3, they come down, get 2 offensive rebounds, and then it gets kicked out for a Jalen Williams 3. And then on the ensuing play, Nimhard kind of gets caught with the ball in kind of a weird spot, and he wants to give it back to Halliburton. And so Halliburton reads that Cason Wallace is going to overcommit, so he sort of cuts the other way. But Nimhard doesn't read that, and he just kind of like throws it
into the backcourt.
Into the backcourt, and Cason Wallace is like, "Thank you."
I was like, that was a kick. It's got to be a kick. And then you look at the no. You just threw it right at him.
We like 2 of those late.
Yeah, I mean that was the game, really.
Yeah, it was.
And on the broadcast they were or in the post game, Kendrick Perkins was blaming Carlisle for subbing out Nimhard after that play, or subbing out McConnell. There was a play where McConnell was brilliant in the third quarter.
Brilliant.
But then early in the fourth quarter, was so tired he didn't even rotate on a defensive possession. And so Carlisle subbed him out, and they're saying, "No, you got to keep him in there. He's doing great." And it's like, "No, dude.
No, he plays at 150%. You can't let him run
He's
long
making
minutes.
hella mistakes and not playing defense. So take him out of the game." But I want to give kudos to this team because they were up against it. The first half of this game was looking a lot like game 1 and actually game 2. I guess lots of turnovers. High pressure, kind of discombobulated. But the fact that they fought back in this game, again, I think shows that they can play with this team. So that gives me a sliver of confidence going into game 6 that we can, with that Indiana crowd buoying their spirits, I think we can take one there.
Do you think, this game was still competitive despite the fact that Halliburton was largely unavailable? I mean, can we win a game without him in the Fieldhouse? I mean, with him either not able to play at all or only playing at the percentage he played tonight?
I mean, it's a good question. I do not put anything past this team at this point. I mean, that is a tall task against a historically great NBA team. What did they say? They've now won 83 games, which is the 4th most of all time. It'll be hard, but Nimhard is a beast.
Yeah, I mean, can we win without Ty playing without him on the floor at all? That seems like a real tall task. With him at 85% or something, if you get the game that maybe we thought we were going to get out of Matherin today after, his real tough closing in game 4 or game 5, a good game from Nimhard, a great game from Miles Turner that I think we've all been waiting for. He looked like he was moving pretty well tonight, but 5 shots, did get to the line 7 times, but not an overwhelming performance, and that guy's way overdue. What do you guys think about Tony Bradley got all Thomas Bryant's minutes tonight? What do you guys think about that?
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, it seemed to be a move to try to limit Hartenstein's effectiveness on the boards and try to get a bigger body there, but he played fine, but it wasn't.
You just can't stretch the floor.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Bryant can hit that 3-pointer and Bradley can't. And Bradley's a better rebounder. I'm with you. And he tipped a lot of balls. He was on the ground trying to grab a lot of loose balls, but
yeah, no disrespect to Tony Bradley. He's been great for us, but you don't want your championship hopes riding on Tony Bradley at this point in the season.
Right. I was surprised he got the minutes.
I was too, but we had to try something to keep the energy up, and unfortunately that lever didn't quite get it done. But I understand why it was done, right? We need to be the aggressor. We need to be the team with more energy. We need to be first to the spot, and we weren't that except for very short stretches tonight. And I mean, again, this team is so incredibly good and is going to be so incredibly good for so very long that, this is a chance that, we need to take advantage of their youth while we can say that they have youth. Right?
Yeah.
Did you guys listen to the broadcast where late 3rd or early 4th, Dorsberg said multiple times that wasn't a foul, and they did the replay, and then she was like, "Oh, that's illegal."
Yes.
Yeah. My favorite was on that. I think it must have been. I think it was a Jalen Williams drive, and he hopped on the same foot twice. It's clear travel.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, there's plenty of contact, so they didn't call the travel." I'm like, "Well, oh, I think that's how it works, man."
Yeah.
You like that? You like the T.J. McConnell foul on the jump ball?
Yeah, right. On the terrible jump.
He's 6 feet tall.
is that?
He can't jump that high. How is that a foul?
That was
He's going
confusing.
for the ball. He just is a short jumper.
That was confusing for everyone.
Why don't they just call the foul before the jump and just save them the time?
Yeah, Rick Carlisle did his part early and got teed up in the first quarter, trying to turn the tide. I really thought that, whatever. It is what it is. Neesmith, though, I thought he got called tough tonight, man. I thought 4 of his 5 fouls were 50-50. I was like, oh, poor kid.
Yeah, he is racking them up in this series.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He's got tough assignments. When he's getting called for that 50-50 stuff, that makes his job real hard.
But that putback dunk that he had was,
Oh my God.
Mike Brayton called it nuclear athleticism.
Yeah. Obi Toppin was like, damn.
Over the top of a full extended check.
Who was in full defense mode. Like.
I mean, he was trying to grab that ball, but it was too late.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even over the back because Neesmith was so far over.
Yeah, he was too high for it to be over the back. He was not even close to the dude's back.
Although I'm pretty sure Doris thought it was a foul.
Also, my favorite, what I really enjoyed also about that dunk was I watched it several times, and then in the background audio on the way back up the floor, you could hear somebody. I don't know who it was, if it was a player or if it was a fan. It doesn't. They said, "Where did he come from?"
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah, he came from the 3-point line, and nobody picked him up.
Yeah.
Well, and at that point, I was like, "Well, this is another comeback. We got this." That put us within what 11 or something with 3 minutes to go, and I was like, "That's the momentum we need."
Congrats also to Johnny Furphy. Got his. Are those his first finals points?
Finals minutes.
I
He
think
might
so,
have played
yeah.
in game 2,
But I don't think he scored.
Well, but
did
he actually scored in this game.
Right, and got fouled.
Got himself an and one and then blew the free throw.
And then
that
blew
would
the
have
free
won
throw.
us the game, John.
So close. That was the momentum shift we needed to really get off the ground.
It's funny with this team. I looked up after that Furphy foul. I looked up and it's like we're down 11, and it's like I don't know. There's like a minute and a half left. It's like
This is where Furphy goes bananas.
this. I mean, not that he's gonna do it, but it's like,
Get some Tony
Albert's on the-
Bradley out there.
I mean, yeah.
Get TJ
somebody's
back
out
on the
there.
floor.
TJ, well, I think TJ was on the floor at that point, but
I'm telling you.
I can't talk enough about TJ's game. I mean, this is. If we win this game, he is front page of every newspaper in America. He was amazing.
All right, what tricks do you think Carlisle has in his bag to pull out in this game 6? I mean, this is going to be desperation, balls to the wall. Everybody's going to play their hardest for sure. But I feel like tactically, we still haven't come anywhere close to solving this.
We have not unlocked them.
OKC difference. Like, not for more than maybe a quarter at a time, and I don't know if anybody does. One thing I was wondering that we haven't tried, we've gone kind of small, like with Toppin at the 5 but still Siakam in there. I wonder if we could just go super small. Can we go super small and put 4 ball handlers out there and
As long as we don't care about rebounding.
yeah.
Well, and also we can't get to the rack anyway, even with big guys. I mean, you have to depend at that point all on 3-point shooting, because the moment these little guys get in the lane, they're just getting mauled.
True.
I do think we
So
got to
what-
do
what
something
lineup
about
does that
taking
look like?
advantage of the blitzing up top. And, there were a few plays there where, they were able to, a couple weird looking plays, right? Where it was almost, it felt like they were playing zone the way they were collapsing down. And, we got a little push pass from the 3-point line down to Miles Turner and he kicked it out. I think it was to Nemhard for a 3 from the corner. We've got to find ways to move the ball around more effectively, right? And it's going to have to be a little bit unconventional, I think. But, this is an incredibly good team. So you're going to have to, whatever stops he's got in the trick bag, it's time to come out with them.
But I mean, that's the
I
thing,
was
right?
thinking-
Like, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Joey asked what lineup I was thinking, and something along the lines of a Halliburton, Nemhard, Matherin, Neesmith, Siakam, like just small, but like, still have somebody out there that can defend Shea and or Jalen Williams, and then you just take your chances that they're not just gonna abuse you down low with Chet or whatever. I mean, kill you on the offensive glass. But
I mean, I'm with you. But when I see this team in the first half, I do not care about our defense against this team. We need to be finding ways to score 30 points a quarter against them, right? We can worry about defense in the second half, but we just need to find ways to get the ball through the hoop. So yeah, absolutely. Let's try it out, the little guys. Let's try everything.
We're what was the stat they showed before the game? We're 14-0 when we're plus 110, and we've lost every game under 110. We were 109 tonight. You're right. If we're scoring 30 a quarter,
If Furphy hits that free throw, we win the game.
Exactly. That's how statistics work.
that's how math works.
Well, the crowd is going to be bananas. That I can tell you. It is still, everybody in the city is watching, and yeah, it's still a fun time to be a Pacer fan, for sure.
yeah,
Not that this win is going to take that away.
I don't know if you guys listened to it, but Zach Lowe and Bill Simmons did a podcast after the game 4 and had some really interesting insights. But one of their takeaways was how amazing that crowd was, basically. Yeah, they had a lot of good things to say about the Indiana fan base, which made me feel good, despite our loss.
Yeah.
Game 6 is literally, the end of the season if you don't win. But if you win, you get to play one more time. So let's just do that. The series is not over. We, as a Pacer fan, most of my life I've been down a game in a series, and some of those we win. I mean, we've been lucky all postseasons where we stole one or two on the road, and we were always ahead. And this is the first time we're behind in the playoffs. It doesn't mean we're going to lose this series. It feels bad now, but all we have to do is win in Indiana, and then it's Game 7. And Carlisle's been playing the long game. We're going to have more energy in the end of the series, not only the end of the game. And he'll pull that trick you've been waiting on, Jason. And we'll win this thing.
I do not know if I can handle a Game 7.
I think that's what we're looking at, buddy. That's what we're looking at.
One game at a time. I would love to see us protect our home court. These guys are going to empty the tank in Game 6, right? They're going to be working really hard. And I'm really looking forward to us out hustling them in Game 6 and showing what they're capable of. And hopefully that'll help rebuild some confidence. And going into Game 7,
That's right.
we'll be in good shape.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Do this.
All right. Well, Harper, did we do what we came here to do?
I do not hate basketball now. Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
All right. Well,
Harper,
that's a good start.
I worked tonight, even during a finals game for the Pacers, because I said it does not matter if we win or lose this game. The series goes on, and there's always hope for the Pacers. That's what happened. We won or lost. We still get to go to Game 6. I am taking off Thursday, though. You got to bet.
So you were saying it doesn't matter. I can go ahead and work, make some money because it doesn't matter.
I mean, because the finals will continue after this night.
Well, if you had that same confidence, you just work Thursday, right?
Oh, now you're throwing me off. I have to spill honey on my shirt or something. I don't remember what goes on.
We've lost track of all our superstitions now.
Charlie definitely can't watch the game. That's all I know.
Not allowed to watch anything. I need him cringing behind his couch in the fetal position the entire night.
Wait, did Charlie watch this game?
I think he probably did.
It's the
Caitlin
only
Clark,
explanation.
every time she shows up at a game, we win. Why was she not at Game 4? What's going on?
She was.
Oh, she was.
She was for the first half, and then she left at halftime.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Because
she has a career.
The Fever had an
What a
early
game.
game the next day.
Yeah, because she has a
It's
career.
conspiracy somehow.
Which I went to that game on Saturday, my boy and
Oh boy, she crushed it.
She's amazing.
boy, she was feeling it. We could have used her tonight. Also, I want to give a shout out. We talk about we were talking about nice about the Indiana fans and the Fieldhouse. Jason, you reminded us, hey, this place is pretty amazing. My child he's a boy of an age where he may not have an attention span for a 2.5 hour sporting event, and
Unlike us with nice long attention spans.
yes,
Squirrel.
with medication, I can do several hours. We were gonna leave because he was just ready to run around, and I saw your dad on the way out, so chatted with him for a couple minutes, and then somebody from guest services came up and said, "Oh, you taking off?" And I said, "Oh yeah, my boy's kind of struggling to hang out here in the seats." And they said, "Oh, we have this sensory room if you want to give that a try," and it was awesome. We got to go in this little room, or actually nice sized room, and the game was on. There's beanbag chairs in there, and there's like toys for kids and stuff, and so
nice.
Just watched the rest of the game in there.
Wow.
My boy had a good time,
Shout
and I was relaxed on the
shout
beanbag
out.
chairs. And then if anybody else, if you're at a game, it's just available to anybody.
So I can go there?
I think it's
Just whenever I
you
want.
probably could. I think that you're not.
They love it when the creepy 45-year-old man shows up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll only go in there if there's nobody. I don't want to play blocks with others.
You're still in the parallel play stage.
That's right.
So that was a cool thing that I did not know was available at the Fieldhouse. So if anybody with children, or I think it's designed mostly it's designed towards like autistic kids, but if you need those services, they're available. You can just ask somebody from guest services about that.
That is really cool.
Shout out to the crew there and the facilities and your dad too.
Yeah, sure.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to my dad.
It's great
Dad
seeing
getting shout outs at the beginning and the end.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll be back with you after the next game. And as Colson is confident that we will win.
I am confident we're playing Thursday. That was my prediction, and it's coming true.
I mean, it's on the schedule.
Right?
I love your confidence. All right. Well, we'll be back with you after then. Until then, you can hit us up on social media. We are on Twitter at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/The Undebeatables. You can hit us up on YouTube. Find us there. We are on theundebeatables.com. And there's also a contact form. I got an interesting message on the contact form. I'm waiting to hear back about that. So people keep sending your messages in there. Shout out at theundebeatables.com and the website /store for merch.
for the architect Donnie Walsh and our once and always Hall of Fame coach, Bobby Leonard. Turn out the lights. The party's over.
So I've got some bad news here. The Indiana Fever are at the Golden State Valkyries Thursday night. Does that move the betting line in Vegas, do you think?
Oh, no.
Got a 7 o'clock tip.
This is terrible news. Can she still be hurt somehow?
Yeah, maybe she needs to stay back for a treatment or something.
Yeah, you can't do back-to-back
Load management,
games.
you know?
Load management, that's exactly right. This is not good. Joe, you seem stunned.
Well, I'm trying to figure something out here.
You're trying to figure out how to kneecap her so she should go to the games? Is that what's going on?
No.
That's
No.
overreaction.
Listen, this Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan thing, like, I don't want to be a part of that because, they do Netflix specials on that, 20 years later.
Don't you want to be
It's not a good
Netflix famous?
not like that. Give me some tigers and I'll do something cool. But